Forged by Fire, Chapter 10. When Jordan found out that Angel's bed was broken, he was angry and tried to fix it. But Jordan had no skill at fixing and repairing, and he quickly gave up the task with a curse and a kick to the bed. He then tried to move Gerald's extra bed to Angel's room, but it wouldn't fit in the small corner room where she slept. So he gave up, swearing he would buy a new bed as soon as he got a little cash. Gerald and Angel giggled at Jordan behind his back, and Angel moved to the other twin bed in Gerald's room. Angel was happy with Tiger the kitten and the safe sleeping arrangements. Gerald would read to her, late at night, trying to remember the poems and stories that Aunt Queen had read to him. Sometimes they would hear Jordan coming in late from his job. His boots were always loud on the bare floor, but he never came into the room. He still smacked Gerald around whenever he got the chance, but not as frequently as he used to. He had a new job which he liked and was getting paid every week. Monique was like a little butterfly. She fluttered around the house trying to make sure Jordan was happy. Gerald wondered when Monique ever got a chance to be happy herself, or if she even thought about it. But he never asked. She couldn't cook very well, so they ate a lot of fast food. Gerald missed Aunt Queen's home-cooked meals. He missed her home-cooked loving even more. Tiger loved French fries. She would jump up on the table and eat them right out of the bag. However, she knew to stay away from Jordan, who would knock her off the table with a sweep of his arm or kick her if she got in his way. Angel would grab the cat and hug her until she stopped shaking and began to purr again. She dressed the cat up in doll clothes, pulled her along the floor in a box, and even decorated her tail with ribbons. Tiger allowed it all without complaint, snuggling each night at the foot of Angel's bed. When Angel got chicken pox, Tiger seemed to be pleased to have Angel home from school each day. Monique took 2 days off from work, mostly to watch the soaps. But she did open a can of chicken soup each day and give it to Angel. Angel hated chicken soup, so Tiger had great lunches. On the 3rd day, Monique had to go back to work. Gerald had already left for school. Angel was still asleep. "I'll watch her," Jordan growled carelessly. "What about your job?" Monique inquired hesitantly. "Don't you worry about my job, woman. You just do yours. I said I'd watch the kid, and that's what I'm going to do. Now get to work." Monique hurried out the door. "She loves chicken soup," she called to Jordan as she left. When Angel woke up, she felt for the warm lump in the blanket called Tiger. The cat was gone. Angel felt itchy, but not as sick as at first. She hoped Mama had fixed peanut butter today. She was sick of soup. Angel got up, went to the bathroom, and tried not to scratch her spots. "Tiger?" she called. Where could she be hiding, Angel thought. Still concentrating on finding the cat, Angel didn't see Jordan until it was too late. He was sitting on her bed. She gasped and tried to run from the room, but he grabbed her arm and pulled her fiercely next to him. "No, please, no, Jordan," she begged. "Please don't. Oh, please don't." "Relax, girl. I ain't going to hurt you. I just want to talk to you, to see how you feel." "I feel fine, Jordan. Now leave me alone, please." "Now you just let me see how well you feel. How's that rash? Hold up your shirt and let me see." "No, Jordan, I don't want you to look at my rash. No!" "I'm your daddy, girl. I'll look at your rash if I want to. How can I tell if you're getting better? Now take off that shirt." Angel tearfully removed her t-shirt while Jordan watched. Her rash was very mild and the spots were already beginning to fade. He touched her back and she tensed at the roughness of his fingers. Angel wept silently while he explored her body for chickenpox spots. He took his time. He found them all. Finally he spoke. "I've missed you, girl. I forgot what a special little angel you really are." He headed out of the room. "Oh, by the way, if you're looking for that stinking cat, it's in the oven. Don't worry, I didn't turn it on. But if you say one word to anybody, I swear I'll kill that cat and cook it." With that, he slammed the door of the apartment and left. Angel was alone. Still shaking and sobbing, she ran to the kitchen and slowly opened the oven door. Tiger jumped into her arms. They stood there for a minute, clinging to each other in fear of the darkness they had seen. Angel, too terrified to tell and too frightened not to, clung to her cat and wept.